This video is a quick overview of our new Pivot Report Builder. I am logged in as a teacher in our demo site with fake data in it. When preparing to use Report Builder, it is important to consider the students that you want to include in the results. As a teacher, you can run the report for individual students, group of students, or a class from your roster. As a time saver, let's start with creating a group. I'm going to navigate to the Groups drop-down under Data Warehouse. I'm going to click Add Group, and I'm going to give it a name and click Save Group. You will see filters and students based on your user role and permission rights in Pivot. I'm going to select all buildings that I'm assigned to, and then I can use these filters to select only the grade I want to see. I'll select some students and then click Update. Now that I have thought about which students my focus will be on, I'm going to head to the Report Builder by clicking Data Warehouse, Report Builder. Just a reminder, groups are helpful, but they are not required. So the first step is to create a report. We're going to give it a name and click Next. This takes us to our assessment selection screen. Your assessment choices will be listed based on the data that you currently have in your data warehouse. You are able to select multiple school years and multiple assessments. Notice the green check marks are appearing next to my selections. You can click on the check mark to deselect that assessment, or you can go up to the top and notice all the cards are populating, and you can click on the X to remove any assessment that you have decided not to include on the report. Now I'm ready to go to the next screen. This is our student selection screen. To select my students, I will need to click the green add icon. If I'm a teacher, I can choose from a class that's on my roster, a group that I've already created, or I can type in and search for individual students. Since we have already created a group, I'm going to choose a group. This is going to display the students that are in my group, and from here I can go through and click individual students or just select all and click Done. These are the students that I want to include on my report. I could, however, select individual students or all and remove them from this screen. But I like the way this looks, and I'm going to go ahead and click Export. You will notice the status says Processing for Download. You will need to refresh your Pivot screen to update the status. Our status has now been updated to ready for download. I do want to point out that there is a student count column and also a score count column as well. Now that you've created a report, let's look to the action column. There are 4 different actions you can take after you create the report. The first one is to download the CSV file. If you click on the cloud, it will export that file straight to your computer. The next icon is the rerun. Since I have already built my report, I can rerun with the same students or different students. I can remove students by selecting individual students and then clicking remove. Or I could select all the students and remove. For today, I'm just going to do 2 and remove, and then I'm going to add another group of students to my list. I have my list, now I can export. I will need to refresh my screen to update the status. The edit icon is helpful if you want to add or remove your assessments that you've already selected. So I will remove an assessment and then I will add a different one. And click next, and that will take me to my list of students. I'm happy with this selection of students, so I can just click export. The last action in the action column is the trash can. If you do not want to keep this report, you can permanently delete it by clicking the trash can. We hope you find the report builder easy to use. If you have any pivot questions, please feel free to contact us. Our email is pivot@5startech.com. Just a reminder, as a Pivot user, you can click on the question mark in the top right corner of your Pivot screen to access our knowledge base with user guides and our help desk phone number and email address.